Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of Seasonal Swigs and Sweets, and welcome to fall.
I'm Amber,
I'm John.
and today we're reviewing Shock Top Pumpkin Wheat, or as you might be reading it, Pot Kosh, because the screen is backwards. If you know how to fix it, let us know. And
Tell us in the comments.
Yeah, for the dessert, we made pumpkin chocolate chip bars, so that's exciting, and we'll tell you about those later.
Alright, so our beer.
I'll give you a look at it while he's reading.
Why don't you go over the label for them?
Alright, the label. I actually haven't really gotten to look at this myself. It has a pumpkin with a mohawk. What more do you really need?
Shock Tops always have like a wheat guy with a mohawk on it, so I guess they changed it for the fall motif.
Pumpkin's got sunglasses on. I like it. Solid label. So if you want to take a look closer, you can see his little face there.
We should say that unlike last week, this one was not picked for the label. This one was given to us by my brother-in-law. So shout out to Dave. Alright.
Thanks, Dave.
So on the website it says that our pumpkin wheat seasonal offering combines a smooth taste of Shock Top with the flavors of fall. We start with a traditional Belgian-style wheat ale, and then brew with ripe pumpkins and a variety of autumnal spices, including nutmeg, cinnamon, and cloves, for a refreshing, smooth beer that fully captures the flavors of fall.
So what is a Shock Top exactly?
Okay, so Shock Top beers are, like it said, Belgian-style wheat ales. So that's like kind of like a Blue Moon. This is going to be opaque. It's, you're not really going to be able to see through it. That's the definition of opaque. And yeah, it's gonna have some sort of deeper flavors. It's so instead of it just being barley, yeast, hops, and water, it also has wheat in it. And this obviously has pumpkin to make a pumpkin style. But so that's what a Belgian wheat is like. Okay, and a lot of you know there's a special way of pouring a Belgian wheat beer, and I will do that for you guys.
I didn't know there was a special way of pouring.
So because it's unfiltered, there's going to be some sediment in this bottle. Okay. And there's a lot of flavor in that sediment. So it actually has, the Shock Top actually includes instructions on how to properly pour. Wait for it. So this is, just the regular way you pour any old beer right now. Then you take the last couple inches of beer and you swirl it.
Oh. So that gets it non-resiny?
Yeah, that
or that mixes up enough that it's not.
Yeah, all that residue at the bottom now gets mixed in, and you get to drink it as opposed to just leaving it in the bottle. Okay. All right. So you can see now. Obviously, I poured that slowly, but that had dissipated fast.
You can't see me through it, as you can see.
A lot of bubbles.
It is opaque.
Tons of bubbles going on in this beer. Yeah, and it is completely opaque.
Yeah, you can't
see through it. Oh, it smells pretty good.
It's a bit of a pumpkin-y smell.
Yeah, it smells like pumpkin. It smells like pumpkin pie spices. And the last smell? Beer.
Yeah, definitely alcohol smell.
No, I'm not talking about alcohol. I'm talking about like classic beer smell. Right. Yeah, it smells good. I can smell some allspice or nutmeg in it.
Well, that's what they say is in there.
All right,
so
there we go.
I got the cinnamon immediately. Like a hint of it. It wasn't super strong, but...
So...
Yeah, the cinnamon. I don't taste the pumpkin though that much.
It tastes to me like a cheap pumpkin pie. Like the kind of pie that you get at a low-end grocery store.
Like for one slice in an individual container.
Oh yeah, like one of those little things. That's probably from somewhere.
And they have like fake whipped cream on it. Makes you think it's the real thing, but it's not.
Yeah, that's what this tastes like. That's, by the way, not to say it tastes bad. Actually, it tastes pretty good. I do not like Shock Top, and I do not like Belgian wheat beers.
I'm enjoying this. I'm getting a lot of the cinnamon. I mean, that's like what I get on like after I swallow. Like that's what I get. That's my last taste.
But it's more sweet than spicy, I would say.
Yeah.
and the pumpkin flavor.
Pumpkin flavor's not coming out for me,
It
like at all.
it never really does.
I wish
For
I
us,
wish it-
because we've drank a lot of pumpkin beers, and we always want it to be like.
I
over the
want it
top
to just be
pumpkin.
all pumpkin.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
it
I
ends
want.
up being more allspice. And,
Yeah. I mean, mainly for me, I'm getting the cinnamon, and that's it. But I don't know what you're tasting.
Yeah, I taste. I mean, not just cinnamon, other spices in there too. But yeah, I get very sweet. It almost tastes like a dessert. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think this is a thinner mouthfeel
Yeah.
than
Yeah,
the
this is-
Oktoberfest beers.
It
It does remind me a bit of Blue Moon, only a little more pumpkin.
Yeah, Blue Moon is a little bit more orangey.
Yeah,
Well, a lot bit more orangey than this.
but I like this better than Blue Moon. I'm not a big Blue Moon fan.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about it either. And so Shock Top, most of you know, is actually made. I mean, it's a craft style beer, but it's made by Anheuser-Busch, sort of their response to Blue Moon, which is made by Miller Coors.
So do they make other Shock Tops besides this pumpkin wheat? Like, is
Yeah,
this like a
yeah.
year-round thing?
Shock Top is a brand, just like Blue Moon is. So there's a range of Shock Top beers, and there's a seasonal beer. So for instance, for summer they have a lemon shandy, and I think they have a winter that's like a barrel aged beer. Maybe we'll get to try that.
Cool.
Okay, so so let's start with rating it as a
A beer?
well, as a Belgian wheat, we could say. I think it's actually pretty good for a Belgian wheat. It's smooth, which Belgian wheats always are. It doesn't have any off-putting flavors. It's sweet, has a little bit of spice in there, a little bit of pumpkin. So I would give it a 3.5 out of 5 for the style.
I think I'd be the same. Maybe 3.6.
Oh,
I'm
that's a 3.01 for you guys at Anheuser-Busch.
I'm reaching, but I mean, if I compare this to something like a Blue Moon, perhaps this wins for sure.
Yeah, and so in terms of beer in general, I'd probably give this a 2 out of 5. It's kind of thin. It doesn't have a whole lot of aggressive flavor to it. Mostly, what you get is sweet.
It's a little bland. Besides the cinnamon, to me, like it's not, and even that, like the spices are not like hitting me over the head. I would probably say.
Yeah,
2.5.
I'd say it leaves you wanting. But I would say if you're just starting to get into fall beers, I think this would be a great first one to try.
Yeah.
If all you're used to is Natty Light,
Ugh, you
and
poor
you're like,
thing.
and you're like, I'm gonna start trying
Cool
craft
beer.
beers. This would probably be a great one
Like
to try.
people
because
wouldn't
it's
look
thin,
at
it's
you
fun.
with disdain if you had this at the bar, opposed to if you did have Natty Light. Like, you don't need to drink that
People
anymore.
order Natty Lights at bars.
I don't know. Do they? Do you?
I've never seen a bar that.
I hope not.
Do you?
Stop doing that. If you do.
We're very accusatory of our audience. Have you noticed that? Last week I called them fat.
That's true.
This-
We're so sorry.
and now we're calling them immature college
I
kids.
keep insulting you, but talk back to us in the comments though if you have something to say.
All right.
So.
And while I was looking up things, did you give the label a rating?
Oh no, I didn't.
I keep forgetting that.
I like this label. I think it's cute. I like the pumpkin mohawk. I think I would give it a solid, 3.5 out of 5. I would say.
All right, so there it is.
There it is. And now.
So there's our scores.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the pumpkin bars.
Okay. All right, and we're back, and we have the pumpkin chocolate chip bars. So you can take a look at these.
It's as we make them.
Well, we got the recipe from a blog called Two Peas and Their Pod, so thank you. It's a pretty simple recipe. We ended up having it because we did not need like a billion bars, and I didn't have enough butter. So, pretty basic, just like pumpkin puree, your basic dough elements and chocolate chips, and you blend it all together, and you make bars.
Mhm.
So it's a little cakey in texture, but it looks pretty good.
You
so.
can see they look kind of like blondies.
Yeah,
with chocolate chips
but
in
they're
them.
not like a crumbly cookie. It's more of a cake.
And also, because our beer today was so thin, I drank it too fast.
Oh, I didn't finish mine
So
yet.
I will be enjoying mine with some.
I gotta
Apple cider.
drink mine faster now. So we go to Trax Farms often during the fall, and they have the best apple cider, I would say, that I found anyway. Do you agree? Or
I
do you
agree.
like another one better? Because, I mean, Sorgel's Orchard has pretty good...
There are literally two people out there who understand what the heck we're talking about.
It's fine.
And they're us, and they're staring right back at us.
Well,
Alright, let's dig in. It tastes like you took everything that the beer was supposed to be, and you put it into this cake.
Yeah, it's all pumpkin-y
Yeah.
and delicious
Mm-hmm.
and perfect and cakey.
It has
And
the
chocolatey?
right amount of spice.
Mm.
First thing you get the chocolate, and you get that spice. Oh, man.
Here we are eating more things on
Mhm.
camera.
Wow. Those are delicious. Yeah, you guys, for your party, for your fall party, still doing an Oktoberfest party, doing a Halloween party,
Any party.
I recommend these. They're easy.
Yeah,
They're great. I'm sure
they're-
kids will love
It
them.
took like 2 seconds. It didn't take long to
Mm.
make these, and they are pretty good.
This took as long, if not shorter, than just making brownies. You know what I mean?
Mm.
In fact, I think it's just basically blondie dough with pumpkin puree
Yeah.
and spices.
What I like about these, if you're not like an overt pumpkin fan, this is not like super pumpkin-y. I think it's just enough, so you won't feel overpowered by all the pumpkin. It has
That's
a
sweet
good
pumpkin.
balance. Well, I don't think it's like overwhelming though. Myself,
I've never been overwhelmed by pumpkin in my life.
who could really?
Mhm.
But yeah. So that is pretty much all we have for you today.
All right, so we'll be back next week with another fall review.
Mhm.
See you then, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.